just you're saying in the video. Today, I guess we're doing a tour of the testing world area where I've been making stuff. So I've done some work around, as you can see, today to make it glass. Mainly because of the fact that with the command block, I think the command block's running too fast. Yeah, the command block's running too fast. Over the command block, wherever it is when I run it at, 10 speed? Speed, so it wasn't that laggy. Laggy kind of felt like you could swim in this glass. If you could go down, that's how you go down. You could go straight. Kind of, At least you could go down in it, so I liked it. So I decided to make it glass. Wow, when you're in glass is invisible. Unless anyway. Yeah, it's not slow enough for me to swim through it. But, yeah, so we've been just exploring my testing world a bit, I guess. So, yeah. So as you can see, this was from one of my previous videos on my 3x3. I think it's one of my recent best doing things, so I put some effort into that. As you can see, yeah, I was using, because the command block's over here and I have to load it, I was using this crossbow. So to like fire off arrows in a distance, and then let me see if I can get these parts. I think I got most of them. Yeah, still some portions left, but yeah, that's what I've been doing to clear out this place and turn it into a nice glass area using my crossbow. So I was just using bow, arrows, and some eggs too. Oh, yeah, I have the eggs in here. Eggs are a shorter distance, so yep. Start off actually at the beginning area, I guess. This one's actually the one that I really first built. This is because this world still is not actually named Redstone Testing World. Because it wasn't at the time. When I first built it, I was originally just trying to make a computer. As you can see, I was trying to do this, and then basically, there were things down here, and I can't actually, I can show the issue, because basically they were at bedrock level. This was when the super flat was just entirely grass, because I'm in bedrock, and at least on iPad, you could not make customized super flats, unless I guess you go into the game code. So I think there is still like setting edits for custom super fonts when they're converted from old console, which does have the option to create custom ones. So they're converted from old console, so there is an option there. And then we also have sets of. So basically, the issue is that sticky pistons, for some reason, when they're at level like this, they will not retract blocks. I'm guessing that was meant to prevent bedrock breaking, but that meant that in the end I cloned this entire thing up. I think I used this to measure some cloning stuff. So I cloned the entire thing up here and did some work on it. I eventually gave up on the project. I think there were minecarts in here. There's no longer. Here's some beds. It's supposed to be like a computer screenish thing. And we've done the project sometimes before, but always ended up in failure. Or some of the earliest times we didn't even know how to make a double piston extender back then, so those were really hard times. I remember. So, and then from there, I guess I started using this as a testing world when my old one, for some reason, was really, really laggy. I think there might have been some command blocks running in it. So, yeah, and then we have, so in this testing world, numbers. I think this was calculated for that thing relative. Also with the introduction of candles. I think that was important. Beginning of Windows 17, candles here, and then we got candles. I placed them all over the place. I'm excited. So this is a little redstone hall I made over here. It's definitely not complete. It has some redstone contraptions. Just gonna have to look through them. I made this kind of recently. That's some other types of double. Well, these are more like pulse-based ones. this one's slower, but this one's slower but smaller. And then we have this one. And the roof ones are much harder, from what I can tell. And we have this one too. It doesn't seem to be possible. At least it doesn't seem. I think I was trying to make one that would go from the roof but was strong powered, but that is much harder. So it's not easy to fit in this space. It's more small contraptions. That's my basic one. I kept that one for a while. This is the simple pulse one that I had. And this one is not, unless you really want to save. Yeah, it's not really a good thing to make. And this one's an up one, and this one's a mixed one. So yeah, all different designs, and then I hadn't done that much there. Over on this side, I think we have a pulse extender set up. There's several different pulse extenders in there. And then that's it. And I had some other ideas over here, but not failing. I was wanting to use these. This doesn't work so well for my experiments. And it's at least in the later updates, I think. So this is my thinking of maybe doing like a 5x5, but you have the power pistons in places that I think are impossible through bedrock mechanics. So it's incredibly hard. So this is some more playing around, I guess. This is my first 7-piston extender where I discovered some of the mechanics of it. I think it's 7. What is that? No, that's 5. Well, either way, I have a 12-1 here. And I just shut. It takes a while to shut off. This is my favorite part of it. It all completely shuts off using this observer setup. I like it because it looks like a circuit board. I like circuit boards. More attempts to make small 3x3. I already have my pretty small one. I think there's smaller designs out there. I don't know how to get it smaller. Most of them don't seem to get the part that I can't get. But one side I still can't get. This one's actually based off a Java design I'd seen. I think it's at the one side's working, one side's broken. I was trying to see if I could make it smaller. It's based off a Java design. I built it in Bedrock to see what would happen, and it surprisingly worked well. So I edited it a bit, and it actually managed to work. I had to put in like an extra double piston extender circuit over here. That's what I had to do, and move a block out back. But yeah, pretty much functions, and actually shrunk on the front because of the fact you don't need repeaters pointing in the pistons. So yeah, I think the observer's there. So this is some, I guess, more. I think I was experimenting with using this setup for the door I've been making. Where was it? Over somewhere. This is one of my old 3x3 designs. Maybe I tried to disguise it. Maybe I should try that. I think I did decent here, but it's kind of bulky. And we also have some other broken designs. This weird thing, which currently is shut off. Probably because I unloaded the chunk. Okay, I've just been playing around. And here it goes. The weird pulse thing that constantly pulses. It also activates this thing every so often. And that's a broken one. And more I think there was experiments with. Those are experiments with. Yep, pulling up through blocks, which I discovered. It's not the fastest elevator transportation, but it's interesting. Yeah, it's pulling up glass blocks because of the fact that this is a fill code. It does pull you up, so it's interesting. See how the mechanics break, but often because it's pretty much a glitch. I think I'd known that there was some issues with this, with the sand on pistons. I think that was fixed and it's just a later update. Because sometimes they would break, sometimes they wouldn't, and only on certain directions. So that was weird. You could see my earlier experiments with the hull because I was using commands to duplicate. I wanted to make sure that nothing would break. Yes, that's pretty bad. So yeah, it looks horrible back here. Our experiments with the hull. It's just a little long hull over here with some earlier edits, I think there. So yeah, and then so I made use of commands with this. This is just some experiments there. This I think I just made. Oh. It's basically the same as what I made. I made that earlier. What is this? Little swap circuit. It moves the block in and moves it out. Interesting. This one, what is this? See the issue here. Kind of have to swap, but I think how to do that. Now, where's my observer? Did I literally lose my observer? Where did I put it? I don't know. I think I put it in that chest. Well, this one's random. Usual with these contraptions. Yeah, random. Don't think there's any way to properly make that. Set it there. Yeah, they're really hard. This is some of my earlier experiments with the door. I had to copy it over in there. There's some precise timings involved for that one. And then, what else do we have? Oh, this door. Interesting. I made it of my face thing. There's some precise timings with that sand. Oh, I think that's be some of my 4x4. I think this one's functioning. I was making another one that was tinier over here. Here, I think it functions. I just don't have it linked, and it's kind of bulky. So I might want to do some edits of it. It's too wide though, so that's pretty good. A lot of it's impossible to make it one wide for my show, so because of the fact that unless you were the only really way to make it one wide is to have some sort of piston circuit here or here that swaps power to power either this block here or this piston. That's the only option, and that would be complicated. I don't know how you do it. Might be possible, but not in my knowledge group. So, I think that's pretty much it to show. I'm going to show this elevator. I think I made an improvement here. Yeah, I did. I have fences here so you stay in the right spot. I think it's functioning properly. These are very inconsistent on Java. I think this one, I did 2 timings. I wonder what happens if I go 1. Because I think from my knowledge, yeah, it only... So this, I'm wondering what would happen. Whoa. Is that consistent? Because that's amazing. Whoa. This is amazing. These used to exist on Java and they're broken now. Goodness. Okay, well. I know exactly what I'm doing with this monster. Wow. Okay. Now we need to make this more detailed. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make a video on this. A separate video on this tutorial. For the basic layer setup, because this is insane. I remember I built some other like stair designs. I wonder if those zip up equally fast. I'll try that. So bye, see you in the next video.